Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Podnuts Pro. I am your host, Marvin B. We are here on a very special day. I'm joined by my friend Eric Pinto from Sock Soda. Eric, how are you?
Doing great, Marvin. How are you, man?
I am doing good. I am finishing up with clients and getting everything done so they will not be bothering me at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon saying, hey, can you do one more thing?
They're still going to bother you at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and then again at 9 a.m. on Friday.
They can try. They can try. But they would get a voicemail.
Marvin, you've had quite the year. I was looking at the intro there and looking through some of your archives. You've had quite a year of interviews. Pretty good. I saw you had the channel program guides on the other day.
Yep, had those on. Yeah, actually, the first released podcast with them. I think they recorded a couple of others, but I was first to be released. So felt pretty good about that. I feel like a media guy, getting the scoop on things and all of that. And today, so we're not going to be doing a live show this Wednesday. We are taking the half day off, and people hopefully are getting ready for their Thanksgiving weekend. And so I'm like, I don't need to do a show, but I thought I have never done a Black Friday special where we get on and talk Amazon. And I've not really promoted the Amazon link like we should on the show. That's probably the biggest donations that we get are people that shop on Amazon. So I thought, well, if people are going to be buying stuff on Amazon, let me get on here and pimp the show. And
okay.
So folks,
I'll give you some new items to add to your Amazon list, hopefully by the time we're done with this.
Yep. And let's go ahead and tell people how this idea got started. So the second time that you and I interview, it's not the second time, we've interviewed more than that, but when we interviewed in Orlando, that was another interview where we ended up talking about gadgets after the show. The one time we talked about air fryers.
Yeah.
and then this time you saw this little thing.
Hey.
Which for those of you that are not watching by video, I'm holding up what is called the NextPow portable power bank. And what it is it basically is a big old battery. And it's got USB outlets. It's got regular AC outlets, both USB 1, USB 3, and USB-C. And this one also has a DC out. So if you have a DC connector, well, one is in and one is out.
Okay.
And it's got a flashlight. So this is something that, one, I was looking for something to power my mixer. So when I'm out on the road doing the live broadcast on the road, if I couldn't find power, I wanted to be able to power up my mixer, power up my laptop, my tablet, and all that stuff. So I needed to find something like that. And that's what I came across. You, my friend, also were a big, you had a big interest in these portable battery packs, and you had one that we talked about.
Yeah, I do. And I'll show it in a minute here, but just to set the stage a little bit, and if you can hold that up again on the side, these things have really become popular. There's some other brands, Jackery, and some other brands that are out that the audience might be more familiar with. But
right.
If we're talking about gadgets, gadgets to get dad, gadgets maybe even to get mom or for the whole family, to in terms of just backup power, these things are highly efficient, and the prices have come down quite a bit. Do you have an Amazon link for that one? What's the going rate on?
So it's interesting. So first, let me put in the Amazon link to the store. That'll be the first link in the show. So that way, folks, if you want to make this a shortcut on any of your browsers, you can name it Amazon, or, Uncle Mars Amazon store, Podnuts Pro Amazon store, whatever you do. And just anytime you go to Amazon, click on this link. Anything
Uncle Mars thrift shop.
Yeah. Anything you purchase on Amazon during that session, you obviously pay the same price, but I don't know, 1 or 2% commission comes back to the podcast. So just use that as your home store. You won't see anything Podnuts Pro. You won't see Uncle Marv. You just go to Amazon and do your purchase as you normally do. So that is the first link that I've put in the show notes. And if you are watching on video, either through YouTube or the Facebook, that link will be in the chat as you see there. Now, the link that you asked about for the portable power station that I do have a link for that. And it's quite interesting because when I purchased it a couple of months ago, I bought it at the regular price of $349. But right now, you can purchase it for $213.
Look at the savings.
So right there, what is it, 130, 140 bucks that you can get saving right there.
Yep. So back to context on these things. I mean, it's great, in terms of if you're going camping or if you're having a barbecue, or like you said, just needing portable power. But then if you think about things like, extended power outages and stuff like that, one of those boxes and perhaps a solar panel could be the difference between having, power for lights in your house, or a fan if it were summertime, and not, right? So they're really a good idea. And I'll share with you the one that I have. It's a little bit bigger. This is the EcoFlow. See if we get it in camera here. The EcoFlow.
There it is.
There it is. The EcoFlow Max, which they have a Max and a Pro that look kind of identical, but this is about twice the size of the one that you have in terms of battery capacity, but also twice or 3 times the amount of output that's available from this thing too. Got your plugs on the side, USB-C, USB-A, all the things, and it's all built into this nice unit. I use this thing every week, multiple times per week sometimes. Right. It lives in the back of my truck.
Now, the one you're holding up is the EcoFlow River, right?
Yeah, that's the River. That's the River Max. It also comes in a Pro edition, which is another 100 watts or so. Either way you cut it, and I think you'll end up putting a link on there. Amazon's got a discount on it that's I think it's about $500 or so, and it's a really good deal.
So if you look at these devices, folks, you're going to see that there are actually many different versions of each model. So whether you get the EcoFlow, whether you get the NextPow or the Jackery, you're going to find that they'll come in, 200 or 300 wattages, 500 wattages, 1,000 wattages, and basically the bigger, the wattage you have, the longer it'll run. Now, my device, I actually did test it before I got on the road with it, and I hooked up my laptop, my mixer, and my tablet, and one other device, because I wanted to see how long it would last. And basically, I got almost 12 hours out of that running my laptop. I had a program running to simulate activity so that it wouldn't go to sleep. The mixer stayed on and the tablet stayed on. So that's pretty good. And if you're looking at something for either your office or your home and you have a temporary power outage, again, they have multiple USB ports. They have multiple AC ports. So you can plug in, these things were promoted for the house where you can plug in things like fans, TVs, all of that sort of stuff. So they're pretty good. So if you can get, 5 to 10 hours of power, no gas, no propane, nothing like that. So put myself back on screen here because we were all looking at you that whole time.
A little too much Eric. But yeah, to put it in context again, so that one is 600 watts. A fan takes roughly 60 watts, just like like an old school light bulb, 60-watt light bulb. So you can get 10 hours. You can get 10 hours of usage of a fan. So if it were summertime and the power's out, no AC. I live in Texas. It gets pretty hot. You could run a normal box fan for anywhere from 10 to 14 hours or so, without any issue. And like I said, if you throw a solar panel and add it to it, you can run it forever during the day.
Yeah, and my wattage is only 300. So if I got up to 12 hours with just 300 or 296, I think is what it is. Yeah. Imagine if I'd have gotten a bigger one. So let's do this. As we got started already into the stuff that we like, let me first go back and talk about just simply Black Friday, Cyber Monday, two of the most wonderful days of the year from a tech perspective, as we have to deal with bandwidth issues and clients saying, hey, can you unblock the shopping category? Because most of the time, we have shopping blocked, except for maybe an office manager or HR person that might order supplies, but we want to stop, the secretaries and the line staff from, being on Walmart all day and stuff like that. But it was interesting. Ahead of the show, I got an email from one of the listeners, my good friend Mike from the Little Bit of Pot State. And he goes, hi, Marvin, it's outside the scope of your show, but I noticed that every Black Friday is a time sink for me because I receive links from clients asking, is this computer a good deal? After some amount of uncompensated research, if it's a good deal, I either get cut out of the purchase entirely because they buy it on their own, or my margin is ruined. If it's a bad deal, I have to take the time to explain why. So that happens a lot. Yeah,
I mean, in this age of instant information, whether it's Black Friday or not, our clients are constantly trying to price shop, right? And you're constantly having to explain that the $299 Walmart special is not the same as, even though it may look the same, right? It might look the same as the other machine, but
it says HP on it.
It says HP. It's roughly the same size. It looks like the same unit, and trying to explain that the internals of the unit aren't the same is a difficult conversation, I think, for a lot of us.
Yeah, this is the worst time. So usually I tell people, if you're buying that for home and I don't have to support it, go right ahead.
Sure.
but if I have to support it, no, that's not a good deal. So real quickly, do you have a philosophy on how you do Black Friday shopping? As a disclosure, I don't.
As a rule, and I think everything's been changed now in the past year, 2 years with COVID. But as a rule, I don't participate. I don't go to the store. I don't. I used to, like when I was a kid and teenager. It was Sunday was like part of stuff. Part of the Thursday tradition was to go get the big paper with all the ads in it and through, because it was kind of relegated to only that Friday. But now Black Friday's become a week or 2 weeks of promotions for a lot of companies, and most of it's available online. So quite frankly, I'll just sit and kind of sift through it online, figure out what I want, and target it and buy it online. I don't have to go to a store, which is awesome.
Well, I never went to the store, but the wife did. That was a big tradition where when we would go, we visit my mom. And so all of my sisters would come and the families. And so we'd spend Thanksgiving Thursday, hanging out. And at the beginning, so maybe like 10 years ago, they would all get up early on Friday and go to the stores, and they'd be gone all day. And I'd be stuck at the house watching the nephews, or trying to watch football or whatever.
Yeah, that's a better deal, Mark.
Well, the nephews.
I guess depending on the nephews.
Yeah, you know, Uncle Marv, can you take me outside? I want to go to the park. And I'm like,
Right.
Dallas is on. So I never went. And then it became Thursday night.
Yeah.
So after we ate, you know, then it's a matter of, you know, they got to get out Thursday night and still go on Friday morning.
And what a bad time. You've just eaten everything in terms of turkey, dessert, and everything. You got the tryptophan kicking in. You were laid out on the couch, and then the Walmart special starts at 5:30.
Yep.
So now you have to get off the couch and shuttle the family to the Walmart special to go battle the lines. I'm not into it. Not into it at all.
And like you said, now they're starting early. And of course, you know, Amazon quoted their early sale as starting Thursday and Friday. But as you can see by the links that we've already shared, some of those savings have actually started now and probably started over the weekend. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with our friend COVID. Companies are still trying to catch up and all of that. So that's it.
So Marv, what do we have on the list? Let's go rapid fire through a couple of the items here. You know, I'm never short on opinion. Let's see what we got here.
Well, the first thing is I should probably do this. Let me go to the Amazon home and I'm going to share the screen here. And let me make sure I get to the right screen because we'll just go to, I'll just share screen 2. And I'll put this down in the corner there. So what Amazon does is when you go to the home screen, let me go back to the very beginning. The first thing it does is early Black Friday deals, shop top business discounts and deals.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on here and it takes you to the categories. And I don't know why these are already checked, but obviously on the left, you can select the department you want, and then you can see all the deals. So I'm going to uncheck some of these. And I'm just, because I don't need arts and crafts and sewing. So if we just do this now, I'd like to go over and click on the sort by feature and do the discount from highest to lowest.
Ah, that's smart. So that leaves us with a bunch of books.
I'm going to uncheck books because I don't want those. And it's weird because if you just leave computers,
I'm not buying any of that either.
You know, I'm not buying McAfee Total Protection.
The McAfee and the Norton.
Kaspersky. So let's uncheck a couple of other stuff. Uncheck software. So some of the things in here, of course, I think the biggest discounts are always going to be on the smallest items. So as we go through here, you're looking at cameras and keychains, stuff like that, LED stuff, binoculars.
So I think, you know what, I'll pinpoint something here. I see. I think some of the home security stuff is probably a good deal. I remember last year, the year before, they had the Ring doorbell. Was deeply discounted, maybe half price or less. I think that that'll probably be a big category this year as well. Ring doorbell, Ring also has a spotlight camera. That whole ecosystem is a pretty good ecosystem, and I know that they've got those on sale. Okay. What do you have there? You have some fitness bands.
Well, yeah. So the wife shops early for Christmas. One of the reasons is because our family or her family has to do Christmas early because her brother lives in Georgia. And so there's a bunch of nephews and nieces up there. Her sister can drive in from Charlotte. Her dad and her son fly in. And so they actually do Christmas the second weekend in December. So she does a lot of early shopping there. One of the topics that came up is what we're trying to purchase for my mother. And Fitbit is something that we think would be good for her because she's all about walking and steps and all of that stuff. I don't know anything about Fitbits.
Skip the first two, go to the Versa. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. My mom has had that one. A couple other family members have had that one. Pretty good. I don't know about the other ones there, but the Versa is pretty good. And it's kind of got the Apple Watch kind of look. Yeah, that's been a good one. I think that may be an older model.
Did you do research on that before she got it, or how did she get hers?
Well, Yeah, I mean, you compare it, look at the comparative view, and look at what it normally sells for. And that's if I can give a tip, just this Black Friday doesn't mean necessarily it's a good deal. You have to really look to see what has been the historical price of it, because they're going to tell you what the list price is and then the discount off list. But it may have been discounted last week off of list, right? Or the week before, and certainly the week after. But that one, I think that may be an older model, but that looks to be a pretty decent deal on that one.
Okay. So if any of the listeners out there have some tips for me on which Fitbit to get, I don't mind getting the Versa 2. I'm kind of thinking that might be a little big. So my family doesn't do jewelry. Like, I haven't worn a watch in probably 30 years. My mom doesn't. So I was actually looking at these thinner ones, like this Fitbit Charge.
So we've had that one. We've had 3 of them and they've broken.
Oh, okay.
Not against nothing against Fitbit. Love your Fitbit, but that one's broken. We've had the Versa and then the Sense as well, which are 2 of the larger ones, the ones that look more like the Apple Watch. But I know that the Charge, we've had several of them and they've broken.
Okay.
So I would likely stay away from that one.
Okay.
And maybe it's gotten better, but we've had a couple of them.
Okay. All right.
And the Versa 2 is the older one. The Versa 3 is the newer one.
Okay. And so Versa 3.
They have a Sense as well. So those are kind of your options around Fitbit. And looks like they're all on sale right now everywhere.
Yep. Limited deal. Here's a Versa 3 limited deal for $179. But like you said, I got to find out what the regular price is.
Exactly. Because I think the newest one it looks like it is this Sense, and that one sells for like $199. So
Well, here's the Sense Advantage that's limited deal of $199, and Amazon listed it's $299 regular.
Yep. But so it's I'm seeing $199 for that one. So that that might be the way to go. Yeah, the Sense is $199. The Versa 3 is $179. The Versa 2 is $119. That's on Fitbit.com. So we've just price shopped it against Amazon. It looks like it's the same prices.
No, same price. So no deal.
Well, I think it's on sale both places.
Okay. So here's a couple of other things. So when I was doing a little bit of research, I want to let's try to bring a little tech into this. So LastPass is doing a Black Friday sale, 25% on your favorite password manager. So if you are looking to do a non-Amazon deal and you're looking for something where, people are asking, hey, what can I get to help me? If you need a LastPass manager, you can get it there. This is courtesy of PC World. That is announcing the LastPass. It says upgrading to LastPass premium features makes online security even easier.
Yeah, and so LastPass, they got a freemium option though, right? Like if
they do.
Talking about people for home,
they do. But here's what they did. So I was on the freemium for a while because I do use it, but they made it to where you could only use it on one device at a time.
Well, so what's the point of that?
So I ended up buying it because I use it on my office computer. I use it on my home computer. I use it on my tablet, my phone. And I was like, oh, but I guess I kind of get it because a lot of us, especially as techs, we use it for a lot of our client stuff, right?
Yep. Yeah. We use that. We use it. That's one of the tools we use that we use. I in the business world, at home, I think I use, don't kill me, I think I'm using Google for it now. But I'm a big Android guy, so it's all there anyway.
All right. So I do want to bring up a couple of other links, and I know this is not Amazon related, so you won't support the show this way, but a lot of places you can go just to get list of ideas. Of course,
show those.
blackfriday.com. And I really never paid attention to this, but it looks like it has every store a link to all of their Black Friday lists. So Walmart, Target,
Correct.
Kohl's,
This is
JCPenney.
the one that I use this one. I use this one every year.
Okay.
Yep, it's all the ads are there. So instead of having to go get the newspaper with all this ads and stack and go through them and pass them around the room, which is kind of fun. Just going right here, you can look at everybody's ad. Most of them will have an online component. You can just buy online or go to the store, do whatever you want. But BlackFriday.com has most of it all right there.
All right. So that is a good place to start. And of course, you can, find your item and then check it against other stores and see which one has the best deal.
Yep.
All right. And then the other link I wanted to bring up here was, oh, do I not have it here? Tech Radar. I must not have saved the link. I'll have the link in the show notes, but Tech Radar had a list of Black Friday deals that I think would work out really good for a lot of the listeners.
Okay. Well, if you want to go through a couple of the ones here on BlackFriday.com, since we're here, click on the Home Depot one.
Okay.
I'll give you some insight into what I got last year, and it was a really good deal.
Okay, Home Depot, got it.
Yep. Click on that one. Scroll down. Right at the top. If you're a tool man, if you're, I'm a Ryobi man myself, but you might use Milwaukee, you might use DeWalt, it's kind of like every other thing. It's an ecosystem, right?
Right.
So you need to know if you're buying it for someone else, you need to know what ecosystem they're already bought into, because they probably already have batteries, right? But as a Ryobi guy, I got that kit last year and it's killed. It's got your saw, it's got your circular saw, it's got everything you need in it for, what's this, $199? I paid less than that.
This was a 6-deal combo so that looks like 2 cordless, maybe a drill.
It's a drill and an impact. It's a flashlight. It's a circular saw. It's a orbital router, and then a fixed saw as well.
Right.
I think I paid a little bit less. So I think I paid $160 or $180. But
right.
Yeah, that's a slamming deal if someone isn't already in an ecosystem of cordless tools. That's a pretty slamming deal. They'll have deals like that for all the other ecosystems too. DeWalt, if you scroll down, DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, all the rest of the brands are represented as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this. You get 6 tools, 2 batteries, a charger, and a bag.
Yep, I got it right here.
I bought the drill and impact driver alone for $99 a couple years ago, but that's a good deal.
2 batteries, and the charger, the high-speed charger. So now this year I've told my family, just more of that, more of that lime green tool set. I want more.
All right. Well, Kyle, our Mr. ProTech guy, has chimed in and said Ryobi offers a lot of value for home use. Never an issue running Milwaukee M12 for work. Yeah.
Hey, in Milwaukee, you can't go wrong with the Milwaukee ecosystem either. I think I got into the Ryobi because they had that bag and they had the whole kit, and I wasn't into one. But a lot of the tech guys that we talk to in various channels, they're using the Milwaukee, and that's a great ecosystem as well. DeWalt, you can't go wrong with either.
He also asked the question, and this is to you, Eric. Did you see the new Ryobi storage system?
I have not, but I am now looking it up.
Yeah, Kyle, send us a link to that. I'm a Ryobi guy too. I use all of that, and I have not seen that. So, what?
Yeah. There it is. Okay.
So here we are going off Ryobi storage.
Modular storage, wall storage.
Oh, look at that. There it is. The two shelf wall mounted. And then
they have that, but then they also have the cart system, so that if you need to take stuff around. But this wall mount kit is pretty slick.
Look at that. There it is.
Yeah.
Ryobi Link modular storage. So, okay.
Scroll down. That one. Look at the wall.
Look at that.
I mean, come on.
So, folks, if you're not watching the video right now, you need to go to the video. Go over to podnutspro.com, find the link for this show, and get to the video. We're probably about half hour in. And
we can nerd out over that all day. That's fantastic. It's all there. It's all organized. I mean, come on.
I'm writing down the link right now, ryobitools.com, and specifically the storage unit. And that is nice. You got the rolling cart. You got the a power tool hook. The link tool organizer shelf.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So sweet.
All right.
Oh, okay.
What's our next category?
Let's go back. Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you, what was your favorite personal tech purchase this past year?
I've had a few. Well, my favorite.
Okay.
We'll show it again. That's a good one. But again, that's $600. You know, I'll take you through 3 or 4 things. So that's $600, $500 on discount this year. Another good one, half that price or maybe a little less, would be this guy. And again, we're just kind of going down a list of things. If you were looking to buy gifts for someone, it would be the drone. This is the Mavic Mini. I think Air Mini. This is the first version. They have a Mini 2 now.
It's a drone, you said?
Oh, yes.
Mavic Mini drone, okay.
Oh, yeah. This guy gets beautiful pictures. It does everything you want to do. Flies around forever. It's got a little controller that pops out pretty cool too. So this is for the neighborhood. You're all set. You're flying your drone. You're having a great time. You're getting the aerial shots. You're out camping. It's great. So this is like $300. And then if we go down from there, not a big fan of the overpriced.
Okay, so that is a Yeti. Is that a cooler?
Yeah, this is the $199. This is actually the only one that I would endorse of all of this brand stuff. I think this brand is overpriced in general.
Right.
But it is a neighborhood flex. So if you're out at the barbecue or whatever, you're going to the get together, this is sort of a flex to bring this. And for $199 as a gift, not a bad deal. I wouldn't buy it for myself, but receiving it as a gift or giving it as a gift for $200.
Is that the Yeti Roadie? That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, the 20 or the 24.
24, okay.
Yeah. And it's $190. It's $199. This is a good one. Again, it's sort of a flex, but I think it's a good one.
All right, so I have that here. The Yeti Road 24 cooler.
Yeah. So that's good. And then
let's see, permafrost insulation, wine-friendly packaging, quick latch. So there it is. So I'll have the link to that in there, folks. The
for $200, that's a nice gift that it doesn't feel like it's overpriced. I mean, let's be honest. It's still a cooler for $200, but it doesn't feel as overpriced as some of the other ones that they have. And it is a nice flex for the neighborhood.
Okay.
And, so that's a good one. And then sort of cheaper in the $50 category. In the $50 category, this could be for the teenager, for the husband, for the wife. One of these car jump starter things. I think this one's from Costco. For the car jump starter things.
Okay. So I usually purchase those. Halo is the brand that I have purchased.
Yeah, I've seen the Halo one. I have not used that one. Like I said, this one's from Costco. But again, if you're spending $50, You want to make sure that the teenager, the wife, the husband, doesn't get stranded somewhere. It's going into that winter season where batteries start to die. Having that sort of a system is, I think, a nice to keep in the car. The only downside is you have to keep them charged, so they discharge every like 6 months. So you have to kind of go out and check it. But this is a nice little thing to keep in the car.
All right. The Halos last up to a year. So that's what we've usually have. We've got one for each car. And that's what I used to charge my mixer with before I upgraded to the NextPal. So just to show you my favorite purchase this year, and it's going to seem odd, is the Roku Stream Bar.
Really?
Yes.
Is that a sound bar?
It is a sound bar.
Okay.
And we had on our patio, so originally we had a Comcast cable box with a sound bar that we bought, and we normally would buy the Bose sound bars, but I didn't want to spend that much money for an outdoor. So we got something a little cheaper. It was like $179, and it was dead after like 18 months. And I was frustrated. So I started looking, and I wanted to get a Roku out there as well. So I saw this, and at the time it was $100 and something. Right now it's on sale for $79.98.
Yeah, I'm like buying it right now. $80.
$80.
4K. Uncle Marv approved. I'm literally, it's going in my shopping.
And it is nice. And it's one of these too, where, some sound bars where you have to have both controllers, one for your TV and then one for the sound bar. This one, we have Samsung TVs, and we plugged in the HDMI, we plugged in the optical. We actually use the Roku remote now for both the TV and the sound bar.
Perfect.
And it is fantastic. And the sound is actually pretty good. I can't say it's as good as the Bose, but it's pretty darn close.
I mean, for $80.
Yeah.
And it's not, and it's got the Roku built in. So it's your sound bar for $80 and a free Roku at that point.
Yeah. And I was quite surprised at, it looks kind of small, and we were worried, hoping, but it's one of those where I can plug in, I can turn on radio, a radio station, and run out to the back of my yard across the pool, and it sounds crystal clear and pretty darn loud. So I will let me grab the link there and put that in, folks. The Roku Stream Bar, and at $80, a fantastic bargain right now. Again, I paid the $130 or whatever it is.
And if you need more sound, it looks like they do have a pro version, which is about twice the length. So if you're trying to pair it with that 55-inch, 60-inch, 65-inch TV, and that gets you up to 180. So I don't know if that's better or not. And
you can get a subwoofer.
Yeah.
So
some options there as well. But big fan of sound bars. Make it easy.
Yeah. So that's a really, really nice deal. So that was my favorite purchase for the last year. And, both tech and house related. So I was able to cover that. So I'll be getting that for my TV here in the office. Now that I've seen that. All right. So let's see. There were a couple of other. So Tech Radar. Here is that list I was looking for. The Tech Radar. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was a news story, and just to keep people in the tech realm, Apple and Amazon. This is released today, about 4 hours ago. Antitrust authorities in Italy have fined both Apple and Amazon with combined penalties of more than £200 million for alleged anti-competitive behavior in relation to the sale of the former's products. So the Italian Competition Authority said that these firms colluded so that only selected resellers were allowed to sell Apple products such as iPhones, iPad, and Apple Watch, and Beats headphones on the Amazon's Italian marketplace. So I will have a link into that
Well,
story because I thought that, hey, I know we're promoting Black Friday, we're promoting Amazon, and everybody loves Apple, but it's kind of odd that they would be hit with a anti-competitive fine because don't
yeah.
most places have a preferred vendor or a preferred reseller?
Well, it's that, and I'll tell you because with all these sites, Amazon has become one that at least at some level I've come to trust when it comes to certain brands and make sure I'm getting the right thing. Because when you go to like Walmart.com or some of the other sites and you look up like an iPad, they might be advertising like an older version in the same way that they advertise like a new version.
Right.
And it becomes very difficult to tell if it's generation 5 or the newest generation or one older. And I found that to be an issue from time to time on some of these sites. So, I don't know what that's all about, but I'd like to dig a little bit more into it to figure out what actually was the root cause there, because I do know that there are some nefarious and malicious sellers, in these
Well, a
areas
lot of
too.
places do that. Even, I used to be a big QVC and HSN, watcher, and we would do a lot of stuff there. And all the time when they would promote their electronics, I would look at it and I'd look at the specs and say, something doesn't sound right. And yes, I would go and
Right.
look, and it was always, one or two models behind, and they would never tell you what the processor was, and so you go and try to look it up, and sometimes you'd find out that, it's a Celeron, and they're trying to claim it that it's just as fast as the newest processors. And I'm like, that Celeron isn't going to match up with an i7 or an i9 Intel model. So you gotta pay attention. So folks, if you're purchasing anything using my store link, you can't hold me responsible. Do your own research before you buy. The only product that I have officially endorsed today is the Roku Stream Bar.
That is a good disclaimer. I think I'd be remiss as a security guy if I didn't impart some tips on holiday shopping.
Okay.
So let me do that just while we're sort of on topic here, and as we get to the end of the hour. Number one, there's a lot of fraud, right? So there are a lot of sites. My son has been coming to me every day saying, "Hey, Dad, look, they've got it in stock." The PS5. It's
Oh,
not in stock, or if it is, they've taken the $500 product and now it's $979 or something crazy, and they'll create like a bundle with like one game, and all of a sudden it's $300 more than it's supposed to be. There's a lot of weird stuff out there, so make sure that you're going to a known and trusted site. Let's start there, right?
right.
So and my son has brought this to my attention. My mom has brought this to my attention recently as well, where she's like, "Hey, I saw this thing on this link. Isn't this what you were looking for?" And I'm like, "Well, what is that? What site is that?" Right? So only go to sites where you sort of who it is. It's a trusted site, but even that doesn't necessarily always get you there, because like I said about even Walmart.com, they'll have other retailers that are selling through Walmart.com, and you don't really know if you can trust or if the retailer itself has been
Right.
vetted. But let's start with a known and trusted site, so that way we're not giving our credit card, to some foreign entity.
So
That
yeah,
was
so don't go to Jojo slash Alibaba slash we love you.com.
That's my favorite site, but let's not go there for this. Um, look for the scam. Look out for scams if it feels too good to be true. If if the site itself doesn't quite feel right, trust your gut on that. Maybe buy elsewhere. If it's significantly cheaper than it is anywhere else, it's probably not accurate in one way or another. So those are sort of indicators to look for. And then lastly, as we're shopping and traveling, let's try not to share our credit card on public and open Wi-Fi sources, because those are also potentially problematic for the buyer. So just a couple of tips for those out there buying on sites, especially as we're educating our family members and maybe our elder family members on what's a good deal and how to buy stuff.
All right. Very good. Very good. I should also do another announcement here and say, please pay close attention to shipping deadlines. So if you need to ship products to family and friends, the shipping deadlines for Christmas this year are going to be a little different. Christmas is, but it's on a Thursday, right? My calendar up.
A month and 2 days away is all I know. So
I should have looked that up before we got on level here, but no, Christmas is on Saturday. So Christmas Eve on Friday, Christmas on Saturday. So there is a site here that I will point everybody to where you can see all the shipping deadlines for FedEx, UPS, and the United States Postal Service. So FedEx, if you want to ship by ground, you need to ship by December 15th. And the only option you have, if you are going to be late, there is a 1 day extra hours that you can ship on the 23rd and very limited same day shipping on the 24th because that is a Friday. That is FedEx. UPS, they won't even tell you what the shipping deadline is for ground. It says check the website. So I'm assuming it's going to be from where you are to where you want to ship to.
Correct.
They say that the only next day air option you have, the last day is December 23rd. In the United States Postal Service, they have a retail ground deadline of December 15th as well. First class mail, December 17th. And priority mail, the 18th. So that's not a lot of time. That means it's going to take a week for priority mail to get there.
Yeah, I think the net of this is, instead of shipping, buying something and shipping it and getting it to your house and then reshipping it out somewhere else, the better move might be just to. I know you can't put your cat in a Christmas tree wrapping on it, but it might be better to just have Amazon deliver it directly to wherever it's going, and it'll be in a beautiful Amazon box, cardboard box wrapper, and it'll deliver likely close to the estimated delivery date. So trying to round robin it through your house and then back out is likely not the best move. Not this year.
And if you do use that gift option, be sure to check the box as you check out that says gift. And what that'll mean is that they won't put the pricing on there.
That's right.
So your people won't know if you got it at the Black Friday price or the regular price.
Yep, they make it really easy. I mean, I told my mom this now when she's shipping stuff for my son. Just have it shipped right to me. We'll throw it in the we'll throw it in the closet. I'll even wrap it, and then get it under the tree. It's a lot easier than having to go to her and then have her trying to shuttle it over to here. They make it easy with that gift option. It's at your loved one's house within 3 days, right? So do it that way.
All right. Well, we could probably go back on and look at some more deals, but do you have anything else you want to point us to? Any others favorites that you've had, or anything that you're looking to get this year?
No. I think we've covered a good amount of the spectrum in terms of stuff I've already gotten, and I'm a gadget hound, so I've kind of got everything that I need already. I think that if you're looking for gifts, the items we've listed today are pretty solid. If you're looking for things for the stocking, the portable battery packs, these sorts of things I think are always in fashion, right? So, there's 20 million brands of these, but those sorts of things I think are always in fashion. Bluetooth speakers, are always in fashion, and there's a lot of different options around Bluetooth speakers. So, lots of things, lots of gadgets, lots of things that you can look at for your loved ones on Amazon. Uncle Marv will have the links.
I will have a lot of links. So this will probably be the first show where it'll be link overload. But of course, the links that you want to pay attention to will be the first link in the show notes, which will take you to Uncle Marv's Amazon store. When you use that and make a purchase, Podnuts Pro will get a 1 or 2% commission from that, and we will thank you for your support there. The next link will probably be the blackfriday.com link, because that will be a place for you to start and look for all the different sales ads from the different stores, from Walmart to Microsoft to Amazon to Home Depot, Macy's, a lot of places that you can go and compare. And maybe you want to start there and then come back to the Amazon link and see if there's a special there and see if you can support the show. Yep. So that'll do that. And lastly, let me send you over to, let me bring up this browser, because if you use the Edge browser, you go to podnutspro.com. Let me bring this back up here. So podnutspro.com, of course, when I say you can always start here, right in the middle of the bar at the top is the link to the Amazon store. So you just click there and that'll take you to Amazon and you can do your shopping. You can do other stuff there. But if you browse down right below the picture, I always try to keep up with recent listener purchases. So when I know that people have gone in and purchased and we get a credit, these are things that other people have purchased. And that just gives you kind of an idea of something that, other listeners are doing. Of course, monitors are a big thing right now. 24-inch monitors in particular are low in stock. I just had to order 2 off brands because I could not find any HPs for a client that needed it. 148, it's a pretty good price right now. Domotes box, I actually had a listener reach out to me who just started using Domotes. I think they were having a special, and Lady Di asked, hey, where can I get, Domo bots? Or she asked me, what do you use when you deploy Domotes? Because I actually use both the box and I installed the app on the Synology NAS. So I directed her to that. And then I believe this may be my good buddy OMG Mike bought the Dell Optiplexes, and then I don't know who bought the Asus AC1900 Wi-Fi gaming router, but all of those things might give you some ideas. Again, if you start your search here, anything you do will come back as a commission to the podcast here. So I thank you if you want to do that.
In the chat or in the notes, in the comments later, if that gaming router is worth it, let me know. I'm in the mood and in the market for a gaming router right now.
Okay, so interesting enough, it doesn't say deal, so probably not.
Not for today's purposes, no.
And I don't know when it was purchased, so I don't know if it was, the last few days or last month. Looked like here's one you can save $20 on. Asus may not be participating in Black Friday deals just yet. This life limited time deal. Who is this? Oh, the Netgear Orbi. List price $299, on sale right now $169. I've heard people talking about Orbi. I don't use Orbi myself. I've
not used that one.
I'm Ruckus and Datto. But this is a Wi-Fi 6 mini mesh system. So that might be for those of you that have used Orbi, that might be something to look at. Up to 1.8 gigabit in speed, 1.5 times faster than Wi-Fi 5, 40 concurrent devices, up to 4,000 square foot in coverage. So that might work for a nice house.
That might work.
So let me make a note here. I'll put this link in there as well. So Netgear Orbi. All right, my friend. Well, I want to thank you for taking time out here today. This was, I'm thinking this hopefully might be the first of the 2 Black guys, 1 Black Friday special.
We come back next year.
Come back next year and make this a thing.
I'm good. I'm good with that, man.
All right.
Thank you for having me today.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and or listening to the show. Thank you to my good friend Eric Pinto from Soft Soda. Of course, we'll be on maybe in a little while to talk about security and the offers that they can provide in helping you protect your clients. But for now, that is going to do it for the show. I hope that you all have a wonderful and happy, family-filled Thanksgiving and a holiday season if I don't see you guys before then. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Be cyber safe out there, guys.
Yep. And until next time, holla. Bye-bye.